So now the third step to all of this madness is journaling. And journaling is really important. You don't have to journal. No one's forcing you to journal. But journaling, I believe, is essential to being able to capture what you're eating and to stay focused on the diet. And this one that I use, this particular journal, I got it at Barnes & Noble, and I'm on my third one. These are my other two that have been filled up with all kinds of different menus and whatnot. I can actually look back and check on some of the things that I did in the past to get totals. And also some of them I ate so many times I know them by heart as to what to put down. But at any rate, I really like this journal because, and this one's a brand new one, because it breaks down very simply what you need, and it does it by week. So I'm not sure if you can see this. So it says it's got Monday, Tuesday. It goes through the 7 days of the week, which I like because it keeps you honest. If you've got a book that says on this page you can be today's date, and then it doesn't have like tomorrow's Tuesday, and then the next day you're basically the next time that you journal is 3 weeks later. What are you telling yourself? You're not even paying attention for 3 weeks. So this way, if I go in here and I journal and I don't do Tuesday, and I go the next couple of days and I don't, it's a couple of days before I do, each of those days are blank, and I have to look back and I have to think to myself, what have I done? I haven't been true to myself, and I haven't been true to the diet. And how do I know what I ate on those days? So even if you do go off the diet, even if you don't eat it properly, no matter what you do, as long as you journal it, forget the day before, after that, but then move on and do right the next time. Or you can see where your downfall is. And what's also nice about this particular journal, I should say, it's the Easy Diet Journal. It's by Alex A. Luch. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'll put this book. I'll put the name of it and who it's by. It's $12.95, and to me, it's really been wonderful. Each one has 26 weeks, full weeks in it. And so you go through 2 in a year, but you really get a sense of what you're doing, and if you follow it every day, it's real simple, one each day. One thing that I will tell you is this calls for calories, fat, and carbs. Where it says calories, I just cross that off, and I change that to be my my protein. As a matter of fact, I actually, it could be confusing. However you want to do it, it doesn't matter. I just change it, and I just change the calories to be protein. So I have my numbers mixed up a little bit on here. You don't have to use this journal, obviously. You can use any journal you want. I'm just saying that I like this one, and it has been successful for me. So basically what you're going to do then is you're going to take the information that you got off of your product and calculate it. Did you have 1 serving? Did you have 2 servings? Whatever did you have? And you're going to put your points or the grams that you had and list them for all of your different meals, all the different things that you ate during the day. Was I perfect every day? No. It's hard to be perfect every day, but I got as close as I could. Sometimes I went over, sometimes I was under, but at any rate, I was really close to these numbers, and that's what helped me be successful. So, with that said, I'm going to share with you, I'll share with you now how a sample of my journaling. Okay, let's break down the nutritional facts, shall we? Serving size is 1 cup. That's important to know. So, serving size, 1 cup. So you know that the ingredients down here are for a 1 cup serving. All right, so the total fat is 4.5 grams of fat. Then you go down to total carbohydrates. There's 6 carbs in 1 cup of milk. All right? And this is the 2% milk. And then down here it says protein. It says 13 grams. I'm hoping you can see that. 13 grams of protein. So basically what you're doing then is you need to take this information that you're getting off of your product and put it into a journal. And that's the next step that we have to do. Journaling what we eat. All right, I'm going to show you journaling and how you would do it. Now, this is just a sample of journaling. You can get any book that you want, any journaling book. You can go online. You can take a tablet and just put down your item, your fat, your protein, and your carbs. That's all you really need. You just need to have something that you can write in that will capture what you've eaten for the day. So this would be something that I would actually eat. I actually made this today. So for instance, starting off, the main thing, as I've said before, you want your fat, your protein, and your carbs listed across the top, and then you can work down. So this here would have been my breakfast area. I had a cup of coffee, which is 0 fat, 0 protein, and 0 carbs. 2 slices of bacon, which was 1 serving, was 2 slices of bacon. That's 6 fat, 5 protein, and 0 carbs. Now, again, I'm taking it off of that, the facts, the ingredients facts, the nutritional facts that I've shared with you with the side of the milk. That type of thing. That's where I get my information. I had a 1/4 cup of mushrooms that were chopped. That's less than 1 gram for both, for everything, for all of it, for fat, protein, carbs. That means there was a point something for that amount. A 1/4 cup of onion chopped was less than 1 fat, less than 1 protein, but 3.5 carbs. I used a egg maker or egg beaters type item. This is called egg makers, and 1/2 cup was 0 fat, 10 protein, and 0 carbs, which was 2 servings. So 1/4 cup was 1 serving, 1/2 cup was 2. And then I used 1 teaspoon of olive oil, and that is a fat. That was 14 grams, 0 protein, 0 carbs. So my total for this particular time of the day that I ate was 20 fat, 15 protein, and 3.5 carbs. Moving to my next meal, I had a cup of cauliflower, which was 0 fat, 1 protein. And here, because it was a vegetable, the cauliflower had 4 carbs, but you subtract the fiber from a vegetable, and you come up with your net. And you can only do that with your vegetables or Greek yogurt, which I'll have down here as well. So that netted out to 2 carbs. I used a 1/4 cup of Bertolli organic garlic Alfredo sauce. A 1/4 cup is 8 fat, 1 protein, and 3 carbs. I had 2 servings of chicken, 8 ounces total, for 10.2 grams of fat, 70.2 grams of protein, and 0 carbs. And then with that, in the cooking of all that together, I had 2 tablespoons of olive oil, which was 28 fat, 0 protein, 0 carbs. So this meal was 46.2 fat, 72.2 protein, and 5 carbs. So up to this point, I'm pretty much almost got, I'm looking here, I can have 70 total fats, and I'm up to 66.2. Now here I'm at 87.2 in the 87.2 for my protein, and total I've got 8.5 in my carbs, if you add those together. So now I know I really don't want to have any more fat. I need more protein, most definitely, and I'm okay with if I have more. I still have room for more carbs to use. So I had 1 1/3 cups, which is 2 servings of non-fat plain Greek yogurt, which has 0 fat in it, and it's got 26 grams of protein. 2 servings, otherwise it's 13, but it's 26. And then normally there would be 6 grams each of carbs, but when it's yogurt, Greek style yogurt, whatever the carbs are, you divide it in half and only count half because it has live enzymes in it. So when I add everything up then for the day, my actual was 66.2 fat, 113.2 protein, and 14.5 of my carbs. Now that's what I do, is I get as close as possible to my numbers. Now remember, I told you that 1150 would be my total that I would have as far as calorie count if I followed this 70, 110, and 20. So I ended up here. So I ended up with, this is calories now, I ended up, after 66.2 fat, I had 595.8 calories in fat, which is still more fat. 113.2 grams of protein equals 452.8 calories in protein. And then I had 14.5 in carbs, which came to 58 carbs, making my total 1106.6 calories that I had an intake of today. And it's just, I mean, I still ate very close to what I was supposed to eat. I was over in my protein, but because I was a little bit short here, this counted a little bit less, and I saved a couple of carbs. So this is what I ended up with today. So I saved myself. So I ended up saving from 1150. I ended up having 43.4 savings in calories, calorie-wise. So that is how you journal. And like I said, it doesn't matter what you use. You can just use a little notebook, what you decide to use, as long as you keep track and learn how to follow the figures.